Good morning, guys. I'm here in Kingman, Arizona, where I ended up having to stop yesterday because the wind got too high. Looks like it's still a bit breezy now, actually. But, still on my way to Albuquerque. There's no reason to drive in super high winds and burn a bunch of diesel up because the place I'm delivering to is not open on Saturdays. So, I'm trying to right over by this Freightliner. So it really just came down to the fact that it just didn't make sense for me to run the truck hard in heavy winds and waste a bunch of money when it ain't gonna make no difference anyways. Now it's lens flaring real bad. So pulling out of this flying hook, and hopefully next time we get out of here, very nice, these are very nice. Well, we're in Oklahoma City. Well, we're actually just west of Oklahoma City. I think we're in a place called Yukon at the Flying Hook. We got here, I think it's like almost 600 miles on the dot. That's what it ended up being. We'll get back on the road first thing in the morning. I'm not going to make y'all listen to those birds any longer than you have to, since they have taken a precedence in that tree. But yeah, we'll get on out of here. Hopefully first thing in the morning we can get a load booked. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Well, it's morning time. It's time for us to get on the road. Y'all can actually see the truck is quite clean now. I'm going to show y'all something. I don't know how well it comes up, but this is the fender that got repainted. This is the hood. This is clearly two different colors. And I don't know if that's going to show up, but it just shows how much the sun's going to fade your paint job. So I guess one of these days I'll have to get the truck repainted. But it's super windy, so I'm going to get back in the truck. We're going to get rolling. So I'll see y'all down the road. Well, we made it to Bristol, Indiana. Truck's right there. Yeah, we're gonna call it a night here. It's about 700 miles. I think almost on the dot from Yukon, Oklahoma, Flying J to the Pilot here in Bristol, Indiana. So clearly the RV transport industry is in full swing. There's a transporter there. There's another one on the other side of them. There's one right there. There's a couple parked in the back there. They're everywhere. So, but I did book a load. Got a 38-foot fifth wheel going to California, going to Fresno again. So yes, I will end up back in Barstow for people that are wondering. So I'm gonna call it a night, guys. I'll catch y'all in the morning, and hopefully I'll be hooking up to a trailer tomorrow around 1 or 2 o'clock. So we'll catch y'all then. See ya. How's it going, guys? It's the next day, clearly. We're on the yard. I'm looking for my trailer. It's on 9E, so I gotta go all the way down to the 9th row on the east side. But I just wanted to show y'all the trailers we have. So that was row 1, it's row 2, that's on the west side, east side, row 2. Safe to say we have trailers. And we have two overflow yards that I know of that need to get shit picked up. So we're doing okay. Look, there's another guy down here. Put this right there. keep looking, and I don't know if he's just dropping off one or if he's picking up one. We're gonna find out. But yeah, it's going good. I'm glad it's on the yard and it's not on the Middlebury yard, or not on the one off Piano Street, or wherever the hell it is. You don't want to talk. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, definitely kind of a big deal for me for it to be here, because it adds a good amount of time to go to one of the other yards, because they have 2 of the bridges out that you need in order to get to them. And I was thinking it being on the east side seemed weird. I think someone said east. I think they mean west. Reflection. Well, there's a reflection right there, ain't there? Let's see. 9360. Nope, not it. Not it. That's not it. Only one more down here, and it's over there. I think my trailer got placed on the wrong row, or it was just written on here wrong, because I do not see it. 3, 6. Yeah, no, it's on the wrong row. So let's go find it. See where this guy got put. Unless it's not a 5th wheel like they told me it was, and it's a travel trailer. You know what? I bet that's what it is. I bet it is a travel trailer and not a 5th wheel. They told me it was a 5th wheel, and it is not, I bet. Yeah, it actually says travel trailer right there. So yeah, that's what it is. They told me 5th wheel. 339360, 339360. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, they told me wrong. That is not that big of a deal. Bumper pull, 5th wheel, whatever. I don't really care. It's paying decent, going to Fresno, where I like to go. And honestly, that's what matters. It's paying money. And I can already tell that hitch is way low for me to hook to it. So we're gonna drop the bags, hook the battery up, and get this show on the road. Let's go check this thing out. Oh, and anybody weren't wondering about my tooth right there? Busted it out with a ratchet a couple months ago, and it's hard to get in to see a dentist these days. So I'll get around to that eventually. This unit doesn't look too shabby. I'll turn y'all around so y'all can see what I'm looking at. So anybody who's doing RV transport that wants to know a little bit about this, I mean, I think most of the people watching this already do RV transport. First thing you need to do is make sure that you're getting the right trailer. Reflection, double check, make sure it's the right serial number off of your paperwork. We've actually had a problem with our company where guys are grabbing the wrong trailers and taking them to the wrong places. But you also want to check and make sure that they're in a damage, kind of like, see these scratches? So we're gonna have to make sure that I mark that's there already. Take some pictures of it, even though it's already on video, but take pictures and send that in. There's a form you gotta fill out with my company to make sure. Let's see how much this weighs. It's 9,400 406 pounds. So, a bit on the chunky side for a travel trailer, but I think we got this handled. It's actually starting to rain right now. Not really seeing too much quite yet, besides the one that was on the cap. That was just plaster. To make sure we lock all of this stuff up. These things like to open up going down the road. Yeah, it's more glue or something. Sometimes, for the people who don't know, when you're picking up on the yard, if you don't find keys in your package or your packet, they'll probably be in here. Just look around for the box. Sometimes they're black, but almost always your keys will be in there if they're not in your package. I don't know about most people. I always double check, make sure those are on. And of course, we'll do another check whenever, you know, we get the lights hooked up like that. Look at that. Dude, that needs to be trimmed so that it fits correctly. So this is more than likely going to scratch the shit out of that on the way out there. So I'll have to take pictures of that. It's little fitment issues, I guess. Now we got a bunch of new guys. It's gonna happen. What's going on here? That's like glue or something. See, yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's like glue or something. Yeah, the rain's really starting to come in now. Perfect timing. But don't rush your inspection. Never rush your inspections. Always check and make sure everything's here. Make sure it's where it's supposed to be. Make sure you mark everything when it's not. I don't know how much of this little walk around I'm gonna actually put into the video, so I might just be talking to myself. Something that I've seen a lot on these awnings, and actually you can kind of see it right here. I guess they lay them on the ground. You can kind of see a little line right there. They sit on the ground and they'll slide around, and well, that scuffs the metal up. Same thing with the plastics up there, the covers for the motors. You can, there's a little white scratch right there. Kind of how to point to it, but yeah, right there. So you gotta always check those really well. Make sure that they're not screwed up. Almost every single one of these that has awnings that I've ever pulled has had, you know, scratches or marks on them of some kind. That one's actually pretty good. Always check, make sure your bezels for your windows aren't scratched to hell. I've had a couple of them that were so bad they actually had to replace them. That one's seeming to be okay. Check, make sure the door's locked. It is, though more than likely all the lights are on. Like the last 2 units I've picked up, every single light has been on. And these things are close to each other. You know what? I don't think there's a scratch on this awning. That's interesting. It probably doesn't work then. Don't have a scratch, it's not going to work, right? But yeah, that's the basic walk around. For anybody who didn't already know. Like I said, I think most everybody who would be watching this is already a part of the industry, so they'll think they mostly know the basics. But let me put this down. I'm going to grab the battery and get the ball rolling on getting this girl hooked up until we can get out of here before the rain gets too much worse. I'll catch you on a little bit. Well, It's only been about 10 minutes. We're all hooked up. She's all good to go. Made sure all the lights work all the way around. Got my license plate on. Made sure I didn't miss anything damage-wise. Didn't really see anything. I mean, there's a little smudge of some sort of adhesive right here. But it wipes off, so. But for anybody who's not running airbags, who thinks that they don't need them or whatever, so this thing's 10,000 pounds, right? Nearest makes no difference. So its tongue weight probably isn't much more than, a couple thousand pounds or so. But at least with my older truck, with probably reasonably, worn springs, leaf springs that is, I would even with a moderately sized fifth wheel, I'll be sitting pretty close. I mean, probably about that close to my overload springs. Well, with the airbags, you can see with my overload springs, right there, man, I got a good couple of inches between the perches and the overload springs. It's got a spam call, okay. I'll probably flip it around just in case I couldn't see anything until I can try to get the flashlight on it. But the space difference there is, that much. Which means when you hit bumps, you don't bottom out your suspension. And that's a good thing, because when you bottom your suspension travel out, what you get is the axle will actually bounce when you bottom it out, because then there's no more travel in your suspension when you bottom out when the suspension bottoms out. And so if any of y'all have ever been towing and you hit a bump and you feel like that back of the truck does this, that's because you've maxed out your travel and your tires are actually coming off the ground because there's no more suspension travel. So the airbags not only help angle the truck forward so your headlights aren't sticking up and shining in the moon, it also helps a lot with, saving your back, but it helps with keeping the load secure in that regard. Load leveling bars do a lot of the same thing. They actually increase the weight on your tires, so you actually get more traction. So if you're in snow and ice, load leveling bars actually increase the amount of weight you're putting to your back tires. There's a YouTube channel that has actually put a truck on the scale and has shown the difference. And airbags put a little bit of weight, but the load leveling bars do a lot more, and plus they put more weight on the front of the truck. So load leveling bars are nice. I have a 1-ton. I just didn't think that it was necessary for my setup, but airbags help a lot with the ride quality, in my opinion. And I've hurt my back before in a truck when I didn't have airbags going across the 17-mile bridge in Louisiana on I-10. 4th gen Dodge, 40-foot hot shot trailer had a jet engine stand and a backhoe. And going across it just did something to my back, and ever since then it's airbags on everything. So let me get out of here, get down the road. Probably won't catch me again until we get to Illinois, and be shutting down for the night. I'm gonna try to shut down a little bit early so I can get up earlier, because right now I'm on the schedule where I'm getting up at like noon and then driving until midnight or later. So it keeps setting me later back, and I don't mind driving at night most of the time, but if I need to talk to the office for anything, it makes it really difficult to get a hold of anybody. So, but yeah, I'll catch you all in a minute. Good morning. It's like 11 or something. Yeah, I went to sleep and there wasn't a breath of wind, and I wake up and it's windy as hell. Guess it's just gonna be one of those days. I think the radar said it's blowing like 18, so I mean we're well within what we're allowed to drive in, but yeah, it just means the better fuel economy I was hoping to get with this travel trailer is not going to happen. We'll see how long the wind lasts. I mean, it's coming straight out of the west, so it means as soon as I get on the 70 and start heading that direction, it's just going to be on the nose of the truck, which isn't great because, you know, these things aren't exactly aerodynamic. So I'm gonna get on the road. I already did my pre-trip and everything, so I'm gonna catch you all down the road somewhere. Well, guys, it is the evening of the following day. There's nothing really to report. Nothing is really going on. I'm just walking around checking the trailer, make sure nothing's nicked it or anything. At least not that I can tell. But yeah, nothing really went on yesterday, and it just was late. We drove deep into the night. We didn't get to Oklahoma City till around 2:30. But yeah, it is what it is. Got up late this morning, got a shower in, got back on the road, and I'm at Dancing Eagle Casino, which is west of Albuquerque. I've been here a couple times already. I should make Barstow tomorrow, and then Monday morning I should be able to make my delivery to Fresno, and yeah, we'll get something out of Paris and keep her rolling. Then I should be going home after that. I got some stuff that needs to be done to the truck, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But I'll catch y'all later.